Rachel, let's go over your assignment. Overall, your writing is improving. You're doing a good job with the objectives. I hope you feel like you're learning the writing process a little bit better. Let's start with your article. You picked an appropriate source. You have an author. You have a date. You have your title. You have your publication. And so that was good, but you didn't do your citation. So I'm going to go over with you the citationmachine.net again, and that's a website you can use, citationmachine.net, and we're choosing the style MLA, and it is a website that you used, but we're going to do the manual entry, because if we do the autofill and just copy and paste, it's just going to give us the URL. And so let's do the manual entry. You can see I already tried to fill this out. NBA reacts to death of Cardinals Oscar something. So our author, according to our website here, was Mark Townsend. The title, the website title was Yahoo Sports. The publisher, I'm guessing, is Big League Stew. Display the URL. Let's go ahead and do that. The publishing year, you had the year 2014, October 26th, 2014, October 26th, and today is the day I'm accessing it. Then you click Make Citation, and it gives this right here is your citation, and so you can copy it, and then when you're ready to write it or put it on your paper, you just paste it in, and there you have your source with all your information. The one thing we need to do is to click on this little corner of the paragraph and make it a hanging indent. And there our source is, correctly cited by Citation Machine. We're going to use Times and 12 Point for our paper. And so that's how you cite your source. Be sure and use that citationmachine.net. It is so much easier to use that than having to look it up in a book. So your source was appropriate. Very good job. You picked a good source. Your outline, it looks good. You had 15 points. And then your article. Your summary. First thing, the only thing I really found was summary is spelled wrong. It should be S-U-M-M-A-R-Y. Other than that, your capitalization, your punctuation, your spelling, and your usage was correct. You used all of the 5 dress-ups correctly. You had one of the sentence openers on May 31st, appropriate prepositional phrase opener. You did not have any subject openers marked, so I did not give you credit for that. I could tell that you used your outline to write from, and I noticed you didn't use all of the information, but that's okay. When you're doing your outline, you're picking out the most interesting things so that it makes for an interesting writing for you. So you got a B on this assignment, 51 out of 61. The things that I marked you down for was you didn't have your citation, which was worth 4 points, and also you didn't have your MLA heading, which was worth 4 points. And then you didn't have that subject opener. So let's go to our paper here. And remember, our MLA heading starts with your name, and then your teacher's name, and then your class name, which is Institute of Excellence in Writing, and then the date. and that should be on the heading on all of your papers. So those were the two improvements you need to keep working on. This is what marked you down on your score, just not having your MLA heading and having your citation cited. You picked a nice source, so your source was good, just putting that citation together. Okay, let's talk about your next assignment. And we're going to go ahead and start working towards writing your first research paper. And I want to give you a quick overview of what we're going to work on, but we're not going to do the whole assignment in 1 week. I'm going to break it down into a couple of parts for you. When we do a research paper, let me get me a blank spot here. It's basically going to come out looking something like this. It looks like an upside down triangle, 3 rectangles, and then a right side up triangle. So this is the format of your research paper, and these represent your paragraphs. So this is your introduction paragraph, and this is your conclusion paragraph, and this is your bodies paragraph. So you're going to have body paragraph number 1, body paragraph number 2, and body paragraph number 3. And this is going to be our first assignment to work on this. And a lot of people want to start with their intro, but you can't start with an intro because you don't know what you're introducing until you write your body paragraph. And so for your assignment this week, I want you to just think about your body paragraph. You can pick any topic you want. And actually, you should pick a topic that you're interested in. And for our body paragraphs, we're going to have to pick 3 subtopics of your main topic. So let's say you wanted to pick, and I notice you're interested in sports, say you wanted to pick historic sports figures. And that's your main topic. And for paragraph 1, you might pick an historic figure from football. And for paragraph 2, you might pick a historic sport figure from soccer. And from paragraph 3, you might pick a historical sports figure from softball. And if you even wanted to narrow it down a little bit more, you might pick historical female sports figures. And so you can narrow down your topic and then have 3 subtopics of your main topic. And so when you write a research paper, you want to have your main topic and 3 subtopics. And then what you want to do is you want to have a source for each of these. So you're going to look for 3 separate sources. This makes the research easiest is if you can pick 1 source for each topic. When you get in college or get further along in writing, sometimes we'll have 2 sources for 1 topic. But for right now, we're just going to do 1 source, 1 topic. So if you wanted to pick historical female sports figures for football, which I don't know if there are any at all, but there might be. Or you might change it to basketball because I know women do play basketball or another sport. So you look, you do your research, you find 1 source about a historic female basketball person, 1 source for a historic female soccer person, and 1 source for the softball female sports figure. So for your assignment, I want you to find your 3 sources and go ahead and use that citation machine. And then do an outline on each source. So we want a 15-point outline for each source. So that's actually going to be 3 outlines on each of the sources. So that's going to be you're going to be looking for 45 points. And that's going to be your assignment this week. So concentrate on your sources and getting your outlines. And then next week we'll work on the writing. And if you wanted to go ahead and start on your writing, it's going to be the same process because our process in all of our writing especially informational writing, we look for our sources, then we do our outlines, and then we do our writing, our summaries or our paragraphs, whatever you want to call them. And then we're going to dress them up and we're going to format them. So those are our basic steps when we're doing writing. So we're going to do these first two steps this week, the sources and the outlines. And since you're going to be doing 3 outlines, that's why I'm going to give you a week to do that. And your homework will be due next Wednesday by 9 a.m. And if you have any questions, just ask me at school. That's the end of the video.